It was the 9th of July of the year 1386 AD in the Swiss canton of Lucerne. The Old Swiss Confederacy had been ambitiously expanding their sphere of influence in the previous years and had recently entered pacts with several towns under Austrian control. For the Duke of Austria, Leopold III, this was an act of war. The Duke had assembled an army 4,000 strong and marched into the canton of Lucerne. His ranks were made up of Austrian vassals, as well as troops from Burgundy, Milan, and even England. Almost half of the Austrian army was composed of knights and noblemen, heavily armed and well trained. Several hundred yards ahead of the marching army, on the wooded top of a hill, the Swiss host emerged. They were severely outnumbered, with merely around 1,000 men, many of whom were poorly armed or trained. But the canton of Lucerne had sent for help, and the Confederacy would heed the call. As soon as the Duke's men spotted their enemy, they dismounted their horses and formed up. Both armies had encountered each other sooner than expected, and the battle order was established in a hasty and chaotic manner on both sides. As soon as his heaviest knights were ready, Duke Leopold led a charge into the Swiss formation. The ensuing fight was brutal, as the Austrian heavy knights mowed down their under-equipped contenders. Unbeknownst to the Austrian leadership, Leopold had not charged into the bulk of the Swiss forces, but into a slim vanguard. When the fighting began, the rest of the cantons had avoided marching into the fray, and had instead walked through the forest in a flanking maneuver. When the Duke's forces were closest to routing their enemy, the bulk of the Swiss army emerged from the forest and charged frantically into the Austrian side. With both sides fully committed, the battle raged. It isn't clear when or how, but eventually and against all odds, the Swiss fighters won the upper hand. Under-trained, under-equipped, and outnumbered 2-1, the warriors of the Swiss Confederacy cleaved their way into the personal guard of the Duke himself and slayed him. Chaos slowly befell the Austrian forces, and a massive rout was triggered. A gruesome massacre followed. At the end of the day, the Swiss had achieved victory against all odds, and half of the duchy's men had been slain.